Hello and welcome back to Here We Tow. This week I'm just going to run through the pet passport that we've got for Fudge. So if you're going to Europe and want to know more about why you need a pet passport, how to get a pet passport and what it entails, stay with us and join us after this.
About to leave, already packing, come with me, I'm not really asking, we'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions, we'll get away, this is what we waited for.
If you're wanting to go to Europe with your pet, you are going to require a pet passport. The reason for this is because of rabies. Rabies is a viral infection that is carried and spread by mammals, and the type of mammals that carry it are ones that have fur and are able to produce milk. In 1922 we eradicated rabies from the UK, apart from bats which can still carry it. Rabies is a viral infection and is spread through saliva, so if you're licked or bitten by an animal that has the illness, humans can contract it. Rabies is a horrendous illness and it can lead to death within 1 to 3 months, and if your animal contracts it, it's extremely painful and they will suffer. None of us want that, obviously. So why is it we have the pet passports? Well, because a lot of Europe still has rabies, if you want to take your pet abroad, when it came back to the UK, it had to be quarantined for 6 months to make sure it was free of rabies. So now the scheme we have is before you go away, 21 days before you go away minimum, you must take your pet to be immunised against rabies. It's a really simple process and we've just done it with Fudge. So what do? Make an appointment with your vet. Check that they have a vet that is authorised to issue a pet passport. Once you know that, book in and go with your pet. The vet will do a quick check like they did with Fudge to make sure that they're physically fit enough to have a rabies vaccine. They'll also check to make sure that your dog has a microchip. Now in the UK now it is actually law that your dog must be microchipped. And I've been advised that that's actually from 8 weeks of age now. So most of us should have our dogs microchipped. The vet will check the chip number on your pet and make sure it is your dog. They'll then administer the rabies vaccination, which is very simple and no different to the normal boosters. Once that's done, your vet will complete the passport, which for us took 10 minutes. If you're wondering what it looks like this. This is the pet passport the vet did for us. In it, you'll have your name and details as the owner of the pet, which obviously ours is Fudge. It'll have Fudge's details on, his date of birth and his colours. And also on here, which is very important, is your microchip number. Because when you return to the UK and you've had your dog wormed, they need to make sure that the dog you're bringing through is the dog that you've had vaccinated. Also in the pet passport is a section for when you return to the UK and have your dog wormed prior to entry, and they'll record that here, the vets that you see there. So this is all you're going to need to make sure you can prove your dog has the rabies vaccination, and on return to the UK, dog has been wormed. The reason you can't travel before 21 days after the injection is because the body of the dog or your pet, your cat, needs time to make sure it's taken that rabies vaccination and it is working and protecting the animal. Fudge wasn't very well after his jab. The next day he was off colour and he was sick, but that's probably quite normal, I would imagine. It's also worth noting that if your normal booster falls at the same time as you're looking at having the rabies injection, you can't have it on the same day. We were advised to leave 2 weeks between it because Fudge did need his booster as well. So he had his booster and then we had the rabies. If you're wondering how much it costs, I can only comment on Vets for Pets, which is where we went. We paid £95 for Fudge to have his rabies injection and get his passport. Your vet may charge more, they may charge less. but £95 what we paid. So it was as simple as that. We booked the appointment, we turned up, we got the pet passport, 21 days, and that's it, you're good to go. So we will be setting off in July with Fudge. He's got his passport and he's ready to go. So that is basically why you need your passport, how easy it is to get one, how much it's going to cost you. And as you can see, Fudge is extremely impressed as always. So there we go. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.